Big Poppa here. We're gonna cook ribs. We're gonna start with a full spare. This is a beauty. We wanna look for this perfect marbling, which is the nice little white striations or stripes inside the pork, and then these little seams of fat right here. This is flavor, this is tenderness. The next thing we love to see are straight bones. Pretty good right here. Now you can buy them two ways. You can buy them already trimmed to what's called a St. Louis cut. And you're still gonna have to do some trimming. We're gonna come here, we're just gonna trim it up a little bit, just square it up. But the first thing you gotta do is pull the membrane off. So I go down here about the second or third bone, and I reach underneath here with my fingers, and I try and get as far as possible. Some people use a knife, some people use a screwdriver. What you wanna do, you wanna take this paper towel, because it helps you keep the grip, pull it down here. Now watch this. There we go. Membrane's off. Come in here, I'm gonna probably cut right here off because I'm not gonna cook that. I go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then cut. Now you have one, trim St. Louis right there. Now we're gonna take a whole spare. Set this aside. Here's where it gets kind of fun. And you know, when you get a thing of beauty this big and you're getting ready to make this cut, it's 3 words going through your head. Don't blow it. So I'm gonna come about right here, this peak. Now anything you don't use, you can cook it. You can use it as an appetizer. You can cook it partially and use it in your baked beans. I'm gonna trim this flap out of the way. So I'm using the weight of the rib to help me get real close there. Okay, I'm probably gonna go on this rack about here to start. Turn around, I'm gonna go about 8 bones here. This is a great rack. This has everything I like. Now we're gonna season it up. Sweet Money I came up with about 6 or 7 years ago. I won the American Royal Invitational with it in 2012. It's probably the biggest winning pork rub and rib rub on the market. I'm gonna come up high here, because the higher you go with the shaker, the more even coverage you get. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come in between the bones with my fingers. I'm gonna press down. Then I wanna come to this back part. See if I missed any spots. I want to get good coverage. If you notice, I don't use what's called glue. Over the years, people used olive oil, people used mustard, that was very common. I don't like glue. I don't like any of the glue's flavors, even if they say you can't taste it. I like the rub directly on the meat. I like the big salt to melt, and I like to kind of cover it, create a dry brine salt cap. Now I'm gonna turn it over. Nice high coverage here. I like doing this. Sometimes I just forget and keep doing it. Press it down because I'm rubbing those seasonings into the meat. Okay, we're gonna let these sweat. When I say sweat, it's not a bad thing. What it is, the salt's pulling some moisture out of the meat and coating it on the top. So we're gonna wait until we've got that nice shine. This is perfect. So let's go outside, let's put them on the cooker for 2 hours at 250. We're gonna spritz them about every half hour with apple juice. Okay, let's foil them. Real tip or trick for Big Poppa smokers I use is I double the foil. So it's always good to double up because there can be some nicks and burrs on your grate, and you slide the meat across and you poke a hole in the ribs and you lose all your juice and you got bad rib. We're gonna be doing some honey, some brown sugar, and some Irish butter, and maybe a little happy ending in there. So I'm gonna take some honey, some brown sugar, some butter. I'm gonna come in, rack ribs here, some honey, some brown sugar on the back, that's what we do. Now watch, I'm gonna turn these like this, and I'm gonna wrap them tightly, because wrapping them tightly allows them to steam. So I'm wrapping it tight. Okay, we've got 4 racks of ribs. And now, we're gonna put them back on the smoker for the final chapter of its life. 4 racks, about 2 hours, and then we'll come back and sauce and serve. There you go. Here's that moment you've all been waiting for, rib time. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go like this with the granny sauce and just put it on the cutting board like this, okay? See how these bend? They're done. If they were board like, they wouldn't be done. And we're gonna have a rib factory here. Granny sauce under here. Okay, just gonna move it around, get coverage. And we're gonna go to the back. And we're gonna go like this. Brush them. We're gonna get a platter for these. Then we're gonna hit them with happy ending. It's a little finishing dust that just gives them a little pop. Okay, we're gonna flip them over. We're gonna give them a little brush, remember? Let's see if I can do this. Love the color of this rag. Flip these bad boys over. Happy ending. Brush. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Big Poppa's St. Louis Spares.